I think I jumped the gun on that Patreon crawl a little early. What is up, everyone? Phil here, and welcome to the Weekend Preview. Today is Sunday, April 17th, 2016. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you've been enjoying all the stuff going on in April so far. I'm going to be honest with everyone, all right? April, for me, has kind of been a mixed bag. I think that the challenge and the grueling combat, but also the rewarding structure, the variety of stuff in Dark Souls 3 has been a real high for me this month. Okay, I've really enjoyed Dark Souls 3 overall. Persona 3 has been quite good. I've really been enjoying playing Persona 3, even though it's been more of a niche playthrough. On the flip side of that, you've got games like Quantum Break. It was really kind of disappointing, except for the story itself. Ratchet and Clank, I'll be honest with you, I am not blown away by this game. Reason being, it really is almost identical to the original. When you say a game is a remake, I expect a game to actually be a remake. Like, it's not really a remake. Take a look at the original Resident Evil game. Compare that with Resident Evil Remake that came out recently, okay? Compare the original Ratchet and Clank to this remake of Ratchet and Clank. They're almost identical. There's a few things they tweaked, a few boss fights. The story has changed. But for the most part, it's the same planets, it's the same maps, it's the same gameplay. So I'm basically replaying the same game that I played 4 years ago. And that's a little disappointing. I thought that there would be way more of things redone and rebooted in that regard. So this month has kind of been kind of a 50-50 mix for me. There was some really good and some bad. And I understand that a lot of people who maybe aren't into Dark Souls, maybe a little disappointed about this month so far because there hasn't been that much else going on, right? That was worth really even talking about of no. This week, hopefully, some of the variety will be able to change that for you, okay? And the end of this month is going to have a ton of variety. The last week of April is going to be like crazy nonstop variety. We'll talk a little bit about that in this weekend preview so you know exactly what to expect, okay? But FYI, this week we'll have finally some variety. We're breaking it up a little bit. It's not just Dark Souls and something else. So if you've been waiting, fervently, man, I want to see something besides Dark Souls, you're going to finally get to see it this week. But that doesn't mean if you've been enjoying the Dark Souls 3 playthrough, that doesn't mean that that's going away. It's also going to continue this week, and there's a chance I may actually finish Dark Souls 3 by the end of this week if things go according to how they look right now, all right? So allow me to explain all this so you know exactly what's going on. Today, Sunday, I played the third of 3 straight days where I played Dark Souls 3 on stream. Lots of progress, but at the same time, lots of challenge. There was one boss that literally took me 2 hours to beat. And I stuck in there, I persevered, I did beat it. I'm progressing nicely with the game. From what I'm to understand, there is one totally optional area that I'm now entering that I'm going to be doing on my next stream, and then there's the end game, and apparently there's some really tough shit coming up, so depending on how I get through a couple boss fights and things going on in the next few sessions, I could beat Dark Souls 3 within a couple sessions, or it could take me 5 more sessions. There's no way to really tell, because I don't know how I'm going to handle everything. Sometimes it's funny. There were bosses in this game, as usual, this happens with all the From Software games. People were highly anticipating I would be fighting certain bosses, and when I got to them, I breezed right the fuck through them like nothing. And people were like, but on the flip side, there were some bosses people claim they don't think are hard, and that was one of the bosses I took 2 hours to beat. So I don't know. When I play these games, it's a lot different than when other people play them, okay? So, today was the final session of the 3-day marathon, and I uploaded all those videos to DSP Gaming. They're in the playlist, alright? Tonight, obviously, I'm doing the weekend preview. I'm not going to be doing anything else tonight because I've got some other stuff to take care of, personal stuff here around the house that I want to take care of, and I'll be quite honest with you. After today's session, I am so shot now after playing Dark Souls 3 for 3 straight days. I need a little bit of extra time to just relax. I knew, see, when I played Dark Souls 3 for the past almost month now, I was literally doing it on purpose. I was breaking the streams up so they weren't next to each other so I wouldn't get burnt out. After 3 straight days of Dark Souls 3, I need the break. So I'm happy to finally be getting it for the next couple of days, alright? Monday, tomorrow, April 18th. You can expect to see on live stream my return to Street Fighter V. Now, I haven't played this game in 3 weeks. I'm sure there's people who, again, have been playing non-stop hard fucking core, right? They just never stop playing the damn game. They're probably way better than me, but what I'm hoping is that I can at least get a little bit of gameplay in with Zangief, with Rashid, the 2 characters that I was doing the best with and enjoying, and maybe I'll try out Alex again. I'm not 100% if I will or not. I have to remember how to play with them, basically. But I'm going to be rusty, but I'm kind of craving fighting games. I haven't played fighting games now in 3 weeks, and I'm craving them. So tomorrow, the gameplay stream will be Street Fighter V. Incidentally, it's going to be almost 90 degrees Fahrenheit here in Washington State tomorrow, so I'll be sweating my balls off while I play. Oh boy, I'm excited. Tomorrow night, I'll be finishing up Ratchet and Clank. From what I'm to understand, there's only like 1 or 2 more planets left in the whole game. I've collected like 22 or 23 out of the 29 bolts, which are the hidden items in the game, but I missed a few. I missed like 2 or 3 already, so I think there's only like 1 or 2 more worlds left. I should be able, in around a 2-hour session offline, to be able to wrap up that playthrough, and so that will be completing Monday night. Okay? Tuesday, something fresh and different. Thank goodness. Tuesday. It's time for Black Ops 3. Yeah, it's been a while, right? The last time that we did a Black Ops 3 expansion map, I believe, was sometime back in early February was actually the last one. So over 2 months we've been waiting. It's the next cooperative zombie map, okay, and new multiplayer maps. I love doing the zombies. I absolutely fucking love it. I think it's fun as hell to play with a few people who you know, try to discover different secrets and things about the map and try to unlock everything there, okay? I can't 100% at this point guarantee I'm going to get the whole team together. Now, if you've been paying attention, you know that Coruchado, the Arid Lord, and P-Dog joined me back in February to do that zombie map, and we had a lot of fun. We got almost through the entire Easter egg. We did tons of stuff having fun with that game, okay? Unfortunately, I've not 100% confirmed that everyone's available yet. It's looking like at the least we'll have 3. So at the least there'll be a 3-person co-op. If we could get the whole thing together and have 4-person co-op, that would be great, but it may only be 3. So I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen with that. We'll see. I actually am waiting right now for a response from Coruchado on if he can make it and what's going on with that. So I should have an answer, hopefully, within the next day, and I'll be able to nail it. And yes, we're doing 4-player, or it's only going to be 3-player co-op, but there will be co-op on stream on Tuesday. Now, Tuesday night, I will be doing the multiplayer, but I'm not going to stream it. I'm going to just basically play each new multiplayer map once or twice and do some footage of it. All right, that's how I did the last expansion. That's how I want to do this one, okay? Wednesday, Dark Souls 3 will return. It will be the gameplay stream for the day, and I'm going to start off in the optional dungeon. I'm trying not to spoil and tell you what the name of it is, but there's a whole optional dungeon area in the game that's a super secret. You need to know how to do it, and I figured out how to do, well, I'll be honest, people told me how to do it, because I told everyone I want to do every part of this game before I beat it. So I'm going to be doing that on Wednesday. I don't know how long it is. I don't know how difficult it is. I've heard rumors that there's a boss there that's insanely difficult. I guess we'll have to see. But I'm looking forward to it, okay? That'll be Wednesday's gameplay stream. Wednesday night, what I'm going to do is, just like I did with the last Black Ops 3 expansion, I'm going to take the footage that I used on Tuesday, and I'm going to make an edited video that's going to basically be my impressions on this second major expansion for Black Ops 3. So I'll share what I think about the zombie map, what I think about the multiplayer maps. And people really liked the video that I did last time in February, so I'm hoping people will check this one out too over on KO Gaming Wednesday night, okay? Thursday. I'll say this, it's up in the air, but more than likely the gameplay on Thursday will still be Dark Souls 3. I'm thinking I'll do a gameplay stream of Dark Souls 3 on Thursday, okay? Thursday night is also up in the air. I'm not sure what I'll be doing Thursday night. I could be doing a vlog of some sort if something happened during the week and there's a reason to vlog about it. I don't know, but I like having that flexibility, so we'll see what happens during the week, and I'll decide what I want to do Thursday night when we get there, okay? Friday is kind of interesting. On Friday, which is the 22nd of April, we've got a new game release, if you can believe it. I know we haven't had a Friday release in a long time now. We had a bunch of them in March, and then they totally laid off. Starfox Zero for the Wii U. I'm going to get it. However, something has come up here. I guess they need to check an alarm system in our condo area. Or I say condo, it's really townhouses, but it's technically a condo. I live in this private community where the house is a triplex. It means that there's 3 families all living in this one giant building, okay? And on Friday, they need to come by at 1 p.m. my time, and they need me to open the garage, and they're going to check. I guess if they run a diagnostic on some fire alarm or something in the unit. I don't know anything about it. I was just told by the association earlier this week about it that I needed to be here on Friday to do it. And I was thinking, gee, it wouldn't make sense to start streaming, play for a half hour, have to stop completely. I don't know how long it's going to take these guys to do this, and then start streaming again. It would be dumb. Or have people on like a 45-minute break on a stream. It doesn't make sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be streaming Starfox Zero, but it's going to be late. It's basically going to be whenever they finish with whatever they need to do downstairs in my garage with this diagnostic or whatever. So it could be literally 5 minutes after 1 the stream goes live, or it could be an hour after 1. I don't know. I don't know how long it takes. I can't promise you anything. But what I can tell you is this. Since my stream on Friday is a new game, but it's going to be late because of this, I'm going to play 2 sessions. I'm going to be doing an early session that's going to be later on than usual, but I'm going to be doing a nighttime session as well of Starfox Zero, because I'm really interested. I have not played Starfox since the 1990s. The last one that I played was Starfox 64. I know apparently there was one for GameCube I never played, and I guess there was one for a handheld system I never played. But I loved Starfox 64. It was one of my favorite games on the Nintendo 64, and I really am looking forward to this one, although I've heard about these stupid gyroscopic motion controls with the Wii U gamepad, and I'm kind of like, that's going to suck, but I'm still looking forward to the game. So I hope you'll join me for that on Friday. It'll be 2 sessions on Friday. I just can't guarantee you a start time until these guys are gone, so you can keep your ear on Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP, right down here, and I'll tell you when I'm ready to go, okay? This weekend will be a mix between Starfox and Dark Souls 3. The bottom line is, I don't know when I'm going to beat Dark Souls 3. I could beat it earlier than the weekend. I could beat it during the weekend. I could beat it afterward. I don't know. When I do beat it, 100% yes, I'm going to review the game. I've got a lot to say about this game, and I think that people will definitely appreciate the things that I want to say about the game. So I will be reviewing it, but I need to beat it first, obviously, right? So that's going to be basically the layout for the week. Now, without going through the full schedule, allow me to explain to you all the crap going on next week. You're going to be like, what? Just listen to this. The God of War 4 beta, The Walking Dead Michonne Episode 2, the final episode, Hitman Episode 2, pretty cool. We were looking forward to that one. Ask the King returns, my Q&A show, and there's going to be a marathon stream of a Blizzard game, and right now I can tell you guys, overwhelmingly, the patrons for the month of March are voting for World of Warcraft. It seems everyone wants to see me do an MMO for the first time, and it sounds interesting to them that this would be an MMO that I played at its launch in 2004, and really haven't touched for about 10 years, and now I'm going to be coming back to it, okay? So I'm excited. If that's what it ends up being, I'm very excited. And I'm going to let you know, starting next week, I'm going to want your input on what I should do, because I'm going to need things such as, for example, do I just get the free version, or is there a way to get, like, the game plus the expansion, but not for super expensive of a price? Because I'm willing to drop some money to get at least the base components I need to have a good stream experience. But I don't know. I haven't played it in so long. I don't really understand it right now, okay? In addition, I'm going to be taking people's input. What class should I be? You know, what should I be, Horde, or should I be Alliance? What should I be in that? What would be a good new build for me to just play for like 6 hours in that stream and see how far I can get with a new build and stuff like that? I need to get that input, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-install the game next week during the week, so that's on the PC, it's running, not that I'm checking shit for the first time when I go to do this marathon stream, okay? So unless there's a huge shift in the voting this week, which I don't foresee, looks like World of Warcraft's going to be our Blizzard marathon for the end of the month. A lot of people have been freaking out about it, saying, wow, that's going to be pretty awesome to see Phil do that as a first. Again, I've said this all last year, Patreon is fucking awesome. These events that I'm doing for Patreon are all firsts, right? Crazy things I've never done before. I'm going outside the box to do new stuff, and I hope that you're enjoying them. I'm looking forward to this one too, all right? So, I would recommend this. If you know a lot about World of Warcraft, perhaps people on my forums could start posting up in a thread your suggestions on a build and what server should Phil go on and what and this and that, because I'm going to need all that information in order to initially install the game, get set up, and get started on the stream, okay? Ideally, what I'm going to need to do also, which I don't know what's going to happen, I need to test to see if I play this game, okay, and I'm capturing and streaming at the same time, is it going to make it drop frame rate? Because I don't know how graphically intensive World of Warcraft is at this point. If it is graphically intensive, I might have to play it at, like, low resolution. Like, no lie. I might have to play it at, like, 720p so that I can run it and not have choppy frame rate. I want to have 60 frames per second play in this game. So, we'll see, okay? Send me all this data. I hope people will post up on the forums. Let me know. World of Warcraft looks like it's coming at the end of this month, all right? Outside of that, I don't have too much else to talk about. Actually, I do have one cool thing to show you, but I'll show you in a moment. FYI, May is going to be a crazy busy month. Tons of new releases. June, in early June, all right, I'm probably going to be taking some time off. I'll have more information on that when it's available, but more than likely in early June, there's going to be some time when I'm not gaming at all, okay? Personal stuff going on. I'll talk more about it as we get closer to it, but I kind of scheduled it out so it made sense, and it doesn't interfere with things like E3 and stuff like that, and I don't think there's anything going on with gaming at all, really, in early June, or there's nothing that can't wait a week or whatever. I'll let you know more as we get closer. I don't want to kind of talk too much about it till we get close enough to the date so I can tell everyone about what's going on, all right? But that's coming, FYI. And I guess last but not least, my new phone, ladies and gentlemen. This is my new phone, so you might not know what I'm talking about. I started talking about this on Twitter the other day. I have had an iPhone 5, just the regular iPhone 5, the old model, for almost 3 years. I actually got that phone right before I went to ScrewTech Gaming Convention in 2013. I love the iPhone. It works well, it had great battery life, the touchscreen was responsive, I liked the resolution of the screen, the camera was nice, everything about it was great, and, you know, over the years, I've played multiple games and things on it, like I played the Injustice app, I played WWE Immortals, I played WWE Supercard, recently I've been playing Hearthstone, so I did get a lot of use out of my cell phone, but primarily it's funny, I usually only use my cell phone for texting, for reading my emails and writing emails, for checking Twitter, and for checking, like, the business. Business stuff is really what I use this for. Social media interaction or whatever. I rarely use it as an actual phone, which is pretty funny. Well, sadly, after almost 3 years of having the phone, I bought it in June of 2013, the battery died almost completely. I couldn't get this phone to have more than 30 minutes of a charge. After 30 minutes, it would die. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I can't use this phone for more than 30 minutes. I always have to have it plugged in. So what's the point? Now it's a tethered phone, right? Because I can't ever bring it anywhere with me. Every time I went out, I couldn't even use it because it would die so quickly. I had to get a new phone. So, first of all, I want to say thank you to all of you who on Twitter the other day shared with me your thoughts on phones, okay? I'll be honest with you. It's not that I love Apple. It's that I'm used to Apple. I now have an iPad. I've had this iPhone for several years. I'm used to the interface, iOS. I know how to use it. I understand everything about it. And rather than say, oh, now it's time for me to relearn a whole new phone, a Windows phone or an Android phone, whatever, I said, nah, you know what? I'm just going to go with what I know. But the real choice for me was, should I get the iPhone 5 SE, which was the same form factor as my old phone, or should I get the iPhone 6S? I chose the iPhone 6S, not the 6S Plus. That thing's too fucking big. Why did I choose it? Well, number one, because the iPhone 5 SE had very similar kind of specs to my old phone, had a way lower resolution camera, a lower resolution screen, and quite honestly, it looked like if I was going to get that phone, all I was really doing was getting almost the same phone with a battery that worked, okay? With this phone, I'm getting improvements. I've got a much larger screen. Actually, just look at that. Much larger. Oh my God. Look at it. It's just so, it's big, right? Much larger screen. By the way, I got a brand new case for it. It's not the OtterBox. I used to have an OtterBox on my phone. This is the Pelican case, which I guess is a competitor that's not as insulated as the OtterBox, but it's lightweight. It feels good. I actually bought a special screen. It's not really a screen protector. I guess it's like a secondary glass screen that goes over the top of this to protect it. And he was even saying at the store, the AT&T store, he's like, if you drop the phone, typically what will happen is the top screen will break, but you could just take it off and your phone will be fine. So that's pretty cool. I didn't have that with the OtterBox. The OtterBox, oh my God, it got smudges, it got hairs and shit in it, it got dirty, it was not good. This looks like it's going to be pretty sweet. So I like it after 1 day of use, but what I'm going to do is use it extended, because I want to see battery life. I want to see when I'm walking around and driving and stuff with this in my pocket, how big of a phone is it? Because the primary thing I was reluctant to get this phone was the size. I thought that the size is a little too big. I would like it a little smaller. It's a little big to be a phone. Although now people have these giant fucking phones that look like this. They're walking like a boombox on the side of their head. Hello, hello. I don't understand how they like that shit. But the thing is, I'm never gonna watch I'm not gonna watch a high definition fucking movie on this thing. This is just for social media interaction, reading emails, business stuff, a few texts here and there, and for playing a couple games. That's it. It's not a big deal. So that's what I went with. Thanks to everyone who gave me their input and their suggestions. And I'll let everyone know how this goes, how I like the phone, after I actually have some significant time to test it. I've had less than a day at this point, so I'll let you know in the future, all right? Well, that's pretty much it for the week in preview. Nothing else to talk about. I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll join me this week. I mean, Dark Souls 3, Street Fighter, Ratchet and Clank, Starfox Zero, a big variety this week. Compared to last week, there really wasn't that much variety. This week, lots more. And I certainly hope that you will tune in and you'll check out the new stuff. And I want to say thank you for watching. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, thank you to the following March patrons who made this upcoming Blizzard Marathon possible. See you tomorrow for Street Fighter V. Have a good night.